We're gonna wait for the ice cream truck to pass. Okay. Truck's gone. So what's up, guys? This video I want to talk about the fuel system on the Chevelle. A lot of people ask me, what do I run for fuel pump, stuff like that, and I'm just gonna go over it real quick. It's pretty simple, especially for a turbo car. I kept it simple and easy and budget friendly. You know, I'm not trying to make 1,000 horsepower with this build. So I talked with the guys over at Motion Raceworks, and they set me up with an entire system. I bought everything through them, and I went with the 43 pump. It's made by Magna Fuel. It's also people call it 750. I got the all black one. So that's already installed. And then for the filters, I went with the 25 micron and the 74 micron filters. So I got a pre-filter and a post-filter. And then fuel regulator, also went with Magna Fuel. I went with the what is it, just the standard. It's boost regulated, so it gives you more fuel for more boost, everything like that. You don't have to worry about that. Like I said, the fuel pump, it's installed. I have the fuel pump installed on the car. I'll show you how I did that. And then also, ice cream truck. But we'll work around that this time. When I talked to the guys at Motion, they highly recommended getting the dual relay set up for this pump. And anyways, they highly recommend getting the dual relay set up for this pump. And after talking with them, I guess the only reason they can really explain to me is why I wanted this is a failsafe, in case you have one that goes out, you have one that still works. Whatever, you know, they're the experts. I'm not too good on wiring. This is actually my first fuel injected car. You know, it used to be a big block carbureted car. So today I'm going to show you guys how we're installing the dual relay here. We're going to put it in the trunk, wire it up to the fuel pump, and where the battery is going to be, the battery will be in the trunk also. So, alright, stay tuned. Alright, so I was telling you guys about that dual relay setup. We're just going to go ahead and mount it right in the trunk here. I'm going to put mine right behind the fuel cell. That way it's easy. I'll probably just mount it right there and then use the existing holes to run the wires to the fuel pump. I have to run a wire to my switch panel. So on this setup you have orange, red, and blue. The blue actually goes straight to your fuel pump. That's the power to the fuel pump. Your red one, you're going to run this one to your cutoff switch, or your main disconnect, whatever you're running for a main disconnect. And then the orange one is going to be your ignition switch, and I'll show you how we do that later. I actually have a switch panel up there in the front, so we'll run that to that, and then we'll go from there. So after looking at this spot right here, I'm actually going to mount it right here. There's already one hole that I can use, so then I just got to drill one more. I can mount it right there. The less holes I gotta drill, the better. Bam. So I pulled the fuel cell out just to give you guys a better view, and you can see where I mounted the dual relays. You can see the wires. And like I said, the orange one will run up to the switch, and I believe that's actually what this one was for previously with the old setup. So the orange one will run to that, and then the blue goes to the fuel pump, which I can run through there like that, and then we will run the red to our cutoff switch. So we'll just run it through the trunk and then leave it over here by the switch, so when we hook that up we can just tie that in, and then we just go from there. So with this being a dual relay setup, that means you have 2 wires. So what I'm going to do is I just peeled these back. I'm going to use a butt connector, connect the 2, and then just run it to the fuel pump. Now, some people like soldering, some people like crimping. Now, is this the proper way of doing things? I don't know. But that's what I'm doing, and it should work fine. So I was able to run the butt connector on the orange and the blue, which goes to the fuel pump and the switch panel. Now the red ones, which is your battery disconnect, they're a thicker cable. I don't have any thicker gauge wire butt connectors on me, so I'll have to go up to the hardware store and get a pack or something. But that's it. That's all you gotta do. Now I will be putting shrink tube on this. I don't want you guys to think I'm a hack or something. All high quality work around here. Even have a grommet. So here's a fuel pump mounted on the frame. You got your power and your ground. All I'm gonna do is run that wire from the dual relay set up here. Run a wire straight to the power, and then for the ground I'm gonna run it straight up to the battery, which is gonna be in the trunk. And then the only thing that's left is to run the 12-volt power, or the switch I mean, up to the car, up to the front there where I have my switch panel. And then that's it. And then the fuel pump's all wired up and ready to go. So that was just a quick rundown of what we got going on for a fuel system. Hopefully it helped you guys, you know, with your build, or answer a lot of questions you may have had. But we'll go more in depth with the fuel regulator and everything once we get that mounted to the intake. We're not sure how we're going to do that yet, but we'll look into some stuff and get some ideas and come up with something. But I just want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching, and if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and possibly leave a comment. It helps the channel out a lot, you know, having you guys interact with it and talk with us and leave comments and everything. So if you haven't yet, like I said, like the page, like the video, subscribe. That's about it. See you guys.